Good morning, welcome back to my channel. I had a break. So yesterday, as I was about to come back, I had to do some stuff and then the day got away from me. So I thought I'm not even going to attempt to do another part 2. I'll just do it today before I start work, and hopefully I'll have enough time now before the mower man comes and makes a noise to get through the last of these. If not, there might be a third option. See how we go. So I left off yesterday with showing you the Forever and Ever Songbird Gardens. Then I realised when I was putting stuff away, I missed one. So we're going to go back in time a little bit, and I'm going to show you very quickly Peace on Earth, which I worked on last year. And this is one that I started ages ago from the Cottage Garden Samplings. And she sort of gave 2 versions when she did. I think she did this one originally, and then when I purchased it, she'd also done one on like a blue fabric. So it's essentially, it's the same chart, but I think this one's got a couple of maybe different colors. I can't remember, but anyway, I'm stitching mine as of the blue chart because I'm using a bluish fabric. Now I started this on the 12th of August 2018, and I hadn't really done very much. But here's what it looks like now. So last year, in fact, it was like the last couple of days of December last year, I was just having one of those things where I didn't want to make a new start, and I worked on all those other WIPs all year, and I was like, what do? So I pulled this one out and managed to get 934 stitches in. So, which was sort of finishing off the house, and a little tiny bit of, I think I remember that might have already been there, that little one. But anyway, I mainly worked on finishing off that house. I think he's pretty much finished now. And this is stitched on 28 count Opal Brittany blue kaleidoscope from Jodari Fabrics. I don't know whether it's not really showing up the right colour blue, but it's, maybe I should have closed my blind. I've probably got a little bit too much extra light today, but we'll see how we go. I've sort of changed my position slightly so I don't have to completely turn. I can sort of, at the corner of my eye, see my screen. So we'll see if that works. That might work a little bit better than me completely turning my head around. So there we go. So yes, so that one was only worked on in 2022. Didn't work on it at all. In fact, I don't think I worked on it until much at all after I started it. And on the floor again today. Okay, so we are now back on track. So this is a Joan Elliott, which I started in 2019. I just find the picture. If I can find the picture. No, can't find the picture. This is Father Frost, or Father Frost and Friends, or Friend. This is it. So this came from the Cross Stitch Gold issue 97, and I started this in 2019 for Joan Elliott July, and I tried to sort of keep up with this because I'd like to get this finished, but mainly if I ever stitched on it before 2021, it was generally in around July. But I did work on it in 2021, and I did work on it in 2022 because it was a semi focus. Certainly 2021 it was a bit more of a focus, but 2022 is not as full on a focus. But I am very pleased to say it looks like this now. So I'm really quite happy getting, you know, what's that, nearly 4,000 stitches in it. Starting to actually come together. For the most part, I concentrated on the green trees and sort of working a little bit in his coat and coming that down, but I wanted to get all of that top bit finished, and I think it's pretty much finished now, except I put all the, yeah, it's a little bit of Krynic still to go in here, but you can hardly sort of see the Krynic, but you can't really. This is stitched on 28 count Opal Lugana, sorry, 32 count Opal Lugana Silver Springs from Colour Cascade Fabrics. which is one of my favourite colours from her line. But of course, depending on the type of fabric, it comes out different each time. But I still like it. It's actually a gorgeous silvery thing, fabricy thing, whatever I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say, because to be honest, I haven't quite finished my cup of tea and my brain's not working yet. So bear with me if it becomes a bit of a ramble, because my brain's just not working today. Actually, I won't put that away. I'll just put that over there because it's probably better. So that was Father Frost. So that will come out this year, but I've got to finish Peacock Lady first. That's my real focus. I need to finish Peacock Lady. Then I'll bring that one out because that's my next closest to being finished. And then probably Air Goddess after that, depending on how we go. But I'm not holding myself to anything on that. The next one we have is 3 for Tea, which is a Mirabilia, and I am very embarrassed to say I've hardly done anything on this beautiful one. So this one I started on the 5th of October 2019. It was my birthday start, and started it with a couple of friends. So in 2019 we had 3 birthday starts, one for each one of us, and we all tried to start the same Mirabilia or something that was similar. Like I started Sleeping Beauty, but one of the girls started one of the other, I think it's the princess one, I can't think what her name is, but she'd already done Sleeping Beauty. So we sort of tried to have the same starts, but I'm very embarrassed to say this one's had virtually no stitches at all. So I did bring it out for 2021 and do 127 stitches in it. Yeah, wow. It's not even worth mentioning, really, is it? And I think I only worked on it for my birthday. So this is stitched on 28 count Opal Lagana Angel of the Morning from Colour Cascade Fabrics, and it's actually a nice pinky blue sort of fabric, and that's all I've got done so far on this. Now, one of the reasons I'm not stitching on it is because I'm trying to do this whole thing with my focus whips, that if I bring them out, I'm stitching on until I finish them. There's no way I can finish this unless I just focus on this alone. So not sure when this will come out. We'll see. It may be that it becomes a focus whip next year so I can get it done. Who knows? But we shall see. Next one is Cinderella. So Cinderella, again, another one that I really should have done a lot more work on. So this was my New Year's Day start in 2020. So it's a Mirabilia. It's a big one. She's a big lady. But I only managed to get 211 stitches on her in 2021 and didn't touch her at all last year. And this is a massive piece of fabric. Look at this huge piece of fabric. So rather than show you a massive piece of fabric, let's see if I can fold it in such a way that we can actually see something. So this is stitched on 32 count Opal Lagana Stormbringer from Colour Cascade Fabrics. And even then, it's still a big piece of fabric. And I think the last time I had it out, all I did was work in this area because I'm just trying to get through to that. And that's all I've done. Not a lot. You can see I've been jumping around a little bit. When I was stitching on it in 2020, I was stitching for prompts, so I was jumping around and doing colours and things, but at 2021 I came back up here and so I could focus on a distinct area and get a bit more of that done. But yeah, it's a massive piece of fabric. It's actually bigger than I need, of course, but I didn't want to cut it. And once I have finished it, I will trim it down. But I'd sort of fiddled around because I wanted to get the positioning into the way the fabric is a little bit darker in places. So that was the other reason I didn't cut it, because I was like, if I cut it and I cut it too short. So I just have to deal with the fact it is way too big for me. So Cinderella, yeah, so very sad, needs to get some more work on it. Then we move to With Thy Needle and Thread. This is Scary Mouse. There's a Scary Mouse. I started Scary Mouse on 7th of May 2020. So this was one of my Stitch Mania ones where I was focusing on a designer for a week and starting, 2 or 3, actually it was 5, and starting 5 designs for the week. And I think this might very well be my last of the With Thy Needle and Threads from that period. So this is where she's at now. In 2021, I stitched 2,327 stitches on it to get it to this point. And I should have a before picture so you'll see it is a good amount. This will come out this year. And now I'm looking at it, I'm almost tempted to bring it out now. It might come in sooner rather than later. But yes, rather cute. And again, not a lot left to do. So I'm thinking this might come out sooner rather than later. I might leave this one out so I can get this finished. 36 count Edinburgh 36 count Edinburgh Mellow, which I think I said from Picture This Plus. Started on the 7th of May 2020. And should be finished. So yeah, I think we might bring that one out. The next one that I bought out last year, and the reason I bought this one out last year was I actually needed to get some stitches in it because I was under the 200 if I wanted to stitch on it for this year, which it could very well come into this year's, what's the word? List. I told you I really probably shouldn't be doing this because my brain is not going to work. So this is Cinnamon Stars. So when I started this back in 13th of May 2020, for my Plum Street week, I didn't quite get the 200 stitches. So I pulled it out in December when I had that free time in my No New Starts rotation thing, and decided to bring it up so that I would have the 200. And I ended up doing 303 stitches on it. So it now looks like, I think it's that way. That's a little bit of house. This one is on the list to come out again later in the year, potentially. We'll see how we go. This is stitched on 36 count Edinburgh Tyco Picture This Plus. I would like to get this finished. I've actually seen recently somebody finished it, so it would be really nice to get it finished. But yeah, we'll see how we go. So that is slated to come out at some point this year, whenever that will be on the floor. So now we're jumping to another Mirabilia. This one I had as a birthday start in 2020, and this is a Cathedral Woods Goddess. So this is my birthday start 2020. In 2021, this was my focus, and I really wanted to finish this, but I didn't. Came very close. 2022, I didn't stitch on it at all, and it may come out later this year so that I can finish it, but we'll see what happens. So this is Cathedral Woods Goddess. So she is getting very close to being finished. I haven't got much more. I am missing actually one Krynic, which actually slowed me down last year because I've got to get hold of it. But yeah, you can see she's getting very close to being finished. Not a lot more to do. She's stitched on 28 count Opal Melisius from Under the Sea Fabrics. Did I say Opal Lagana? Opal Lagana. I love this. This fabric is so nice to stitch on. It's just gorgeous, and the colours are gorgeous as well. So yeah, be nice. So in 2021, I managed to get 7,735 stitches done on her. So yeah, one day. Let's see if we can get her out towards the end of the year. It will all just depend on how I go with the Nora Corbett's I've already got slated for trying to finish this year. And then if I do really well with those, she will probably come out and I can get some work on her. Right. Glitter Village. Okay, so Glitter Village from Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm working on these as a whole little thing together. I just don't know I don't know. So that's these. This is actually number 2. It's the first one I just picked up. So the whole series I'm putting on one piece and doing them as one big thing. So so I'm classing this as one WIP, and I've finished one. yeah. I finished one and started the second one. So they're basically just going to be stitched side by side. I think I was going to do them like 3 by 3. So I started this on the 6th of December 2020. So as I've said, this is now classed as one WIP, which really works because you sort of get like a mini finish, but the whole WIP is going to be taking quite a while. In 2021, so I started 6th of December 2020. 2021, I did 518 stitches, so not very much at all. 2022, I did 1,012 stitches, which basically finished that and started the border on that one. It's stitched on 28 count Opal Lugana Silver Springs from Colour Cascade Fabrics. And as I mentioned, I love this fabric. It's just gorgeous. It's stitched as charted in all of the threads, including the dirty white. Actually, it's not too dirty. It's actually quite a nice white, this one. This one's not as, was it bamboo? So I'm actually using that. It's not the horrible other dirty white. I seem to be lucky that I haven't got too many of them that have got like a yellowy look to them. But I'm going to try and avoid the yellowy white. I was going to use P50-200, but I changed my mind and went, you know what, just use what it says. Now, the next one on my list would actually be Quarantine Cats. I'm not going to show you that because I stitched on it in 2021. I didn't stitch on it in 2022, and I am now stitching on it in 2020. Sorry, I didn't stitch on it. Yeah, that's right, 2022. And I'm now working on it in 2023. So I will use that as one that I'll show you when I do my actual March update. So we're now going to move on to a design that I bought. I bought this for a challenge, and I'm sort of thinking, I don't know if I've got a picture of it. Yes, I have. So it's one of those in this house ones. I can't remember what it was. It was a challenge I started it on for, but it was in one of the groups back in 2020. So I started this on the 28th of December 2020, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I may UFO it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I've done a reasonable amount of work, so I probably won't UFO it. So in 2021, I did 712 stitches. This is stitched on 28 count Opal Brittany Burns Knight from Jodery Designs, and I am using all Jodery threads for this. So I'm using Into Darkness, which I think from memory is that one. I'm using Bruised Ego and also Purple Planets. So, and I may have shown this some point in the 2021 video when I did one, but who knows, I probably didn't. So this is Jodery Designs Bruised Ego, So it's all purples and going into greys. Oh, that's right. I have pulled out Wicked Witch, so I think I've thought I might add that if I need to. This is Into Darkness. So again, these are all along the same tonings. I've got Big City because I thought, you know, I could possibly fussy cut that one as well. And then Purple Planets, which is the one I've used the most of. So that's all the lettering. And I can't remember exactly what my plan was. I did have a plan. But the lettering, that lettering is all that Purple Planets. So I've done, you know, I don't know. It's not something that's grabbing me now. But maybe I do bring it out. It might be one that I can like just stitch on it when you need some lettering. So maybe maybe it will be coming back out again. Maybe I will. Now that I've thought about it. It might be one that might actually work for some lettering. I'm just going to pause for a sec because somebody just pulled up the drive. Back in a sec. Okay. Oh, itchy nose. I'm back. I was just a courier. But I didn't want him to ring the bell before I got to the door. Okay. Moving right along. We're almost done. The next one we've got is Light. So this is a Barbara Anna one, and she bought this out back in 2020 when there was the whole Be Well movement that came out. And I apologise, I don't have the colour picture. I'll see if I can get a colour picture of it so it's really hard to see it. Yeah, I'll try and find a colour picture. I've printed this in black and white, so I haven't got the colour picture. This is my first and only Barbara Anna. I often see her designs. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, but I've never got around to getting one, and I have to just work out which way it goes. I think it's that way. Is that right? Oh God! Oh, this is gonna. No, it's not. This is it. That's it. I know. Now I know, because that's her hand. See, that's her little hand, and that's her big dress. I love this. It's so cute, and you can't see me because it's right. That's not going to help, but might help a little bit. So this is stitched on 32 count Lugana Stormbringer Colour Cascade fabrics. Now this is the same dye essentially that Cinderella's on, but this is not an opal Lugana, which this is 32 as well. The other one's 28. So yeah, it is a lot darker. This was just one of the scraps. I think it might have even been like a mist dye as well, which probably explains why it's like a little bit darker. But it suits. I think it's going to suit this. I should really get back to that because it's quite cute. So this one might come out later on in the year as well. So I started it on 31st December 2020, but in 2021 I managed to get another 200 stitches into it. So it's not had a lot of love, and it probably needs some more love because it is quite cute. And I really should buy another Barbara Anna because I've actually quite enjoyed the little bit of stitching that I did on it. Oh yes, okay. So in 2021 there was, the plans had come out for, and I've got to think about this. This was, I think I started this for Semi-Sane. I think it was Semi-Sane. I know, was it Semi-Sane? One of the groups was doing a calendar challenge. I think it would have been Semi-Sane, I think. So I was looking for something that had 12 parts that was small, that I could essentially stitch on a part a month for the year for 2021. So, sorry, for 2022, not 20, oh, my brain. For 2022. So I started this on the 20th of December 2021, knowing that I was doing no new starts in 2022. So I wouldn't be able to actually make a start for January 2022. So I got my 200 stitches in for 2021. I got 241 stitches, and then I stitched on it in 2022. So let me just put this. So this is Chinese Zodiac by Doreen Jones, and it comes from Cross Stitch Gold magazine. What issue? I haven't put the issue. I have no idea what issue it would have been, but so that's it. So it's basically only a few colours, and I thought, oh, this would be awesome. Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, one block a month. Excellent. No, I lost steam very, very quickly on this. I love it. It does actually, I do like it, but I lost steam really quickly. So this is, oh, I haven't even written what the fabric is. Oh, geez, I'm bad. That's really bad. I thought I had, bear with me. I might put my bag. Oh, here we go. Is it here? Have I got it here? Yeah. Hopefully I've written it on there. So, oh, it's a mystery. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So it was a mystery fabric from April 20, but it's actually Silver Springs, and it will be 28 count Lugana because that's my mystery. Oh, my mower man's just turned up and haven't quite managed to finish today. We'll see how we go. So Chinese Zodiac, so this is as far as I've got. 2021, I managed to get 241 stitches, which was essentially the start of it, and I just did like the border. In 2022, I did 3,056 stitches, and that's as far as I've got because burnout, as in driving me crazy. And I'll show you if I can before the mower man starts his mower. So background is all half stitches. Then we've got a stack of little quarter stitches. I don't know if you're going to focus on that. You probably can't see it. So all of these in here, where all the little things are all quarter stitches. The back stitching is done in 2 threads, and like lovely. It is a really nice design. You can probably see better on that one, where all the little quarter stitches are. Oh, like it's so hard. Well, it's not hard, but it's hard. It was really taxing. I think also last year I was really struggling with brain capacity. So anything I had to think about, I just couldn't do. It's really nice. I do like it. I love the colours. And I will get back to it. Just not now. So, yeah, Silver Springs. And he's going to start his mower up any second now. So I will turn off and put some of this away. Then I'll come back and finish off because I think I've only got two more to go. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. See ya. I'm back. Okay, so while I was waiting for the mower man to do his bit and stop making noise, I actually went onto my Readly app and had a look to see where that Chinese Zodiac, what magazine issue it came from, and it was actually from Cross Stitch Gold issue 162. So that closes that one out now. It's nice I had that time to do that. Moving right along. So the next one, date-wise, that I would have on my list is World Travel Bookshelf, which is a Haid, and is the artwork from Amy Stewart. I'm not showing you that one at this point because you'll see it later in a March update. Sonura then becomes the next one, which is also a Haid, and the artwork's Jasmine Becker Griffith, and again you'll be seeing that later on in a March update. The next one, I feel like I'm going to repeat myself because this is another Haid which you'll be seeing in the March update. So it would have been Cat Rays, and that is from the artwork by Jeff Haney. So now we have a WIP that I can show you. So this one is Paris. So this was one I started in 2021 so that I could stitch on it in 2022. And okay. Oh, there it is. So bits of paper everywhere. I'm going to find the right piece of paper that's actually got the picture. So this is Paris. So this is basically the sister of London, and I think I mentioned in one of my other video that I've also got Rome. So Paris is obviously the focus to finish now. Depending on how I go, I may start Rome at the end of this year so that I can then rotate into Rome, but we'll see. I should have looked this one up as well. Actually, this is an actual paper one, so I have no idea actually what this one would have come from. I haven't written the issue number. It's the trouble, cross stitch gold doesn't have the issue numbers on the pages, so it's hard to know. But it was a cross stitch gold magazine anyway. It's on a jewellery designed fabric, so I'll show you that in a second. I started it on the 30th of December 2021, and I just did my 200 stitches or 210 stitches so that it would become a WIP for 2022. Now, I didn't do a lot on it in 2022. It did languish a little bit for a little while because mainly I wanted to focus on London. And the fabric name is Lavender Tea Panna Cotta. It was a November 2021 limited edition from Jewellery Designs. Very, very, very pale. It's not a blue, it's not a grey, it's like a very, very pale colour through. It's quite nice and light. So this is all I've got so far. So I actually don't have all my DMC threads with this one, which is why I haven't really done a lot as well, because I really must go and do a DMC order and get the rest of the threads. What was I going to say? Yes, so 2021 I did 210 stitches, which was basically just a start. 2022 I then did 702 stitches, which gave us a little bit more of the skirt, and working my way up. So she will likely come out, but we'll see how we go, because the idea at the moment for me with my Joan Elliott's is to finish Peacock Lady, as I think I've said quite a few times now. So finish Peacock Lady, then I will decide if I go to Father Frost, because I would like to finally get that finished, or I may go to Air Goddess, because Air Goddess has not had anything done on it for quite some time, so I might go to that. And then I've got that Faces of Joan Elliott sale, which I started, I don't know when, like 8 years ago maybe, which really should be finished. And I've actually seen one of the other girls that we started at sort of around the same time when we were doing blogs, and she's pulled that out a couple of times, again, trying to get it finished. My downfall with that is because I decided to try something different, and I decided to do the skin 1/1. I wish I had never ever done that, because it's like, it's killed it. I would have had that finished long before now, but I can't face going and doing 1/1 skin. So, but maybe I need to just put my big girl pants on and just do it like I did with those other ones last year, and just get it done. But we'll see. I've got to finish Peacock Lady first. That could be the hardest thing in the world at the moment, because yeah. So that was Paris. So then Wendy's Cat is the next one that's on my list to show you. So that's a small mill hill, and it's a little kit. So in 2021 I just did the 200 stitches to get it done. I have been stitching on that the last couple of days, and I finished it, but don't tell anybody. I'll tell you about that in my next video. So yeah, so that's actually finished. Then the next one would have been Mimi, because Mimi, I started that in 2021, is also a mill hill, and that's one of the Hocus Pocus trilogy ones, or trios, whatever you want to call them. I did that one, I only did 217 stitches in 2021, but I will show you that in my March update, because that's my part of my 2023 plans, so I won't bring that one forward just yet. And who knows, that might be coming out any day now, because now I've finished Wendy's Cat, I might bring that one out. Or I might bring the other one. I've got a Tabby Cat one that needs finishing, so I might bring that one out. So that brings us to my last start ever so far. So in December 2022, because I'd finished Winter's Wisdom, I don't know if I would have finished Winter's Wisdom when I started this one. I wanted to have a third one from the Cottage Garden Sampling Songbird Gardens design. So I started Promise of Spring. Did not get a lot done because I've just done the bare minimum of 207 stitches to make it a WIP for this year. Now, whether I get to this year or not, I don't know, because I would like to get Forever and Ever finished first. And bear with me while I try and work out that way. That's it. Huge start. 207 stitches. Let me just fold this up. This is stitched on 36 count Edinburgh Feldspar from Pitch This Plus. I've now pretty much used up all of my neutral 36 counts from Pitch This Plus that I bought all those years ago as part of the Fabric of the Month Club that Annie's, whatever she was, I can't think what her name is now, but she did a Fabric of the Month Club a few years ago for Pitch This Plus. So I used to get those, but the other 36 ones, I've got quite a bright colour and I probably won't use them for this type of thing. So now I have to work out what I'm going to do to get some more 36 count so I can start to do some more of these. But we have a plan. We have a plan. I've got quite a lot of 36 count, which is in like an ecru colour that I bought a number of years ago when a shop was closing down. So I just bought like 3 meters of it, not knowing what I was going to do with it at that point in time. So I may try and hand dye it myself to sort of just get some neutrals, or I might take it to Tammy and ask her. I did speak to her when I was picking some stuff up a while ago, and she said she would happily dye it for me in like Silver Springs and what's the other one that I like? The Gold Digger. So just sort of a lighter, sort of a very neutral colour. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might be able to tea dye it myself or something. So that was this start. So that's my WIP Parade. For now, I'm done. After having, I don't know how many goes at it. I finally got it done. So we will be back. So it's almost the end of March. So today's the 23rd of March. I'm currently working on most of my full coverages, as the WIP Warriors group has a lion versus lamb, or lamb versus lion, can't remember which way it goes, event. So I'm trying to do my full coverages for that. So it's a minimum 1,000 stitches. So I'm trying very hard to get that done, and we'll see how we go. Yes. So I'll probably be able to come back in a couple of weeks with a bit of luck. So I'm going to end this now. I'm going to go do some work because it's time I started work now. And then I will, over the next couple of days, put all this together and hopefully have a video up on the weekend. So until then, thank you very much for coming back. And I meant to say at the beginning of this, thank you so much to everybody who's commented and welcomed me back into recording videos for Flosstube again. It was absolutely awesome to see all of those little messages pop up. And I will go back and actually respond to everybody and sort of say thank you. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. I appreciate all the lovely comments and the welcome back. Didn't realise anybody missed me so much. Yeah, so that's it. I will come back in a couple of weeks and I'll talk to you then. Stay safe. Happy stitching. See you later. Bye.